Yep, those look good on there. You can check them out for yourself. So let's go ahead and turn you around and unbox this. You know, I know it's silly, but packaging always means a lot to me. So when it comes in a nice box, that's pretty nice. Got some paperwork, some nice foam packaging. And a really good looking LED light. Let's go ahead and pull that cover off. So the cool thing about these lights is that X in the middle acts as a daytime running light. So there you'll see there's 3 wires on the back, yellow, red, and black. So you got power, ground, and daytime running light power. I'm gonna mount these right here on the bumper, and then we'll do a light test later. I gotta say, these feel nice and heavy. The bracket looks plenty thick. I'm thinking these are gonna be a pretty quality light. So you got some mounting hardware in here. Second light down here. And unfortunately it didn't come with a wiring harness, but that's okay. I really, with this Jeep, as I'd mentioned in one of my previous videos about the switch panel from MIC Tuning or MIC Tuning, once you start new with a fresh project, such as this new Jeep to me, that could be, is a good option to be one of your first modifications, is to add that switch panel, because it makes wiring things like these lights so much easier. If I had that panel in there now, all I'd have to do is run a couple wires forward to the bumper and be able to operate these with a switch. For now, I'll borrow a switch panel that I have, or a wiring harness rather, and I'll wire these in, but I'm not gonna drill any holes in the dash or anything, because I do plan on getting that switch panel eventually. Well, I'm gonna have to take the light off the bracket to put this bolt in here, and I noticed this is kind of funny. They provide you with an Allen wrench, that it's too small for that adjustment bolt, and it's too big for that adjustment bolt. So I'm not really sure where that's intended to be used, but I have some Allens in my tool bag. I'll grab those real quick. I really like the way they have these adjustment Allens set on there. I'm thinking if I undo the ones that are on the slider, that I'll have enough swing that I can fish that bolt in there. Go ahead, set that down in there. You got a regular washer, a lock washer, and a nut to go on the back side. Well, I just need to tighten it down, but that's what it looks like on there. I'd say it's a pretty good size. Eventually I'll be taking this bumper off and running a bull bar, and at that time I'll mount those on top of the bull bar. Hopefully they're super bright, because that's actually a really nice size on there. Here's a decent size comparison. 7-inch round lights, 4-inch round lights. I think they look good on there. I think it is a plastic lens, which is okay. That's how most off-road lights are anymore, you know, when you're talking this price point. And again, you have a red, a black, and a yellow. The black, of course, is ground. Red is the power wire for the actual light, and yellow is the daytime running light. So let me set this down. Hopefully you can see that light. Just touching the ground to the bracket itself, and we'll do the yellow. That's the daytime running light. There you can see it. Looks cool. And then we'll switch to the red. It's the actual LED itself. Battery died there for a second. All right, so we got the red and the black hooked up. There's your whole light. Looks pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and wire these in. I have some cheap switches that I'm gonna put on the inside for now. That's gonna be temporary. I will wire the yellow light in to come on with these marker lights. That's the daytime running light, of course. And the red wire, I'll connect the two sides, run a wire inside. I'm just gonna use one of my nightlight switches that I have laying around for now. And then I have a MIC tuning switch panel that will eventually go inside the Jeep, and I'll run the wire to that. So now I just need to run a wire in and through that hole, this one down here, and yeah, then we'll be able to test these lights out. So there's my 3 wires. We got green is ground, white to yellow, red to blue. I'll tape that up, run it underneath. We'll attach it to this side, and then run a trigger wire up to here. I'll probably use the one that runs to this side, tap into that, because I'll be moving this one to here at some point. And then we'll run the blue wire up and in. I'll be running an inline fuse for now until I can get that switch panel in. The nice thing will be that switch panel is going to go right here, and once it's there, it'll be as easy as clipping the wire that I ran inside and plugging it in, and done. I'll have bumper lights. Eventually I want to move those, build a little bull bar, and I'll move those lights up on top of it. All right, I'm out after work. The lights are all wired up. I got a little switch dangling below my steering wheel, because again, I didn't want to put it in permanently yet. Hey, and I gotta say, these lights are decently bright. They are definitely a spot beam. They're very focused, but they are plenty bright. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn you around right now. That's headlights and the off-road lights. So there's just the off-road lights. Nothing. Off-road lights. I got them pointed as center as I could. I need to adjust them, but I'd say that is about 50 yards away, that hill that it's pointing at. Maybe 40 yards away. They look good. You can see this light on the ground here is, a lot of that's coming from the running light feature. So let's go ahead and just turn that on. Turn the lights off. Turn my marker lights on. And you know, the cameras always don't quite do the light justice. That's a little dimmer on camera than it is in person, but that looks cool. I don't, you know, it's kind of just a lot of light on the camera, but in person you can see it's like clearly an X. Now I wish that the marker light version of this, the daytime running light function, I wish those were amber X's. That would definitely look cool. But yeah, that looks great. So daytime running light, headlights, off-road lights. Again, I need to angle them a little better. Don't have tools with me to do that, but it looks good.